I was raised in Troy, Alabama. Mother, father, typical 4-member family, younger brother. When I was 7, my dad passed away from cancer. So then it was my mom raising 2 boys as a single parent. So many of my fondest memories as a child was growing up in this small brick church with my family. Going there with my mom and dad and my little brother. Now looking back, I see that probably because that little building was full of leadership and guidance. I often tell people I learned more in life about life walking through these doors behind me than I have in really any other building the rest of my life, including law school. As a kid growing up, my passion was playing sports, whether it was baseball, football, whatever it was. I can remember being on the Little League field, looking back in the stands and seeing my mom out there watching me play. I've never lost that passion for the sport or in watching the sport, or as I've gotten older, being involved and helping out where their kids might not have dads or might not have people in their life. Now that I have children, and now that I'm there with my children, I really know what it's like to, what I was missing out on back in the days when I was a kid. Living through it, I didn't know. But now when I hear the stories of folks that come to see me that have had lost loved ones, I know what they're missing out on, even if they don't know what they're missing out on, because they don't know what's coming after that loss. I've seen both sides of the loss, and so I can relate to them about before and after. So I went to the University of Alabama, got out of university, and then worked for about 10 years, and then decided to go to law school. I was in the millwork industry. Typically people in the millwork industry are blue-collar folks, and they'd ask me questions. Well, I realized real quick there were a lot of things that I could tell them, but I couldn't help them with any of their problems. And I realized that where I was going was never going to afford me the ability to help people. So I decided to go back to law school after work hours so I continued to provide for my family. So I went to a night school. That's how I went to law school, and that's how I became a lawyer, to ultimately help some of these same people that I had met and dealt with for over the years working. I get asked all the time, why did I become a lawyer? The easy answer is, it's all about the fight. The civil rights movement has been the largest fight in this country's history, and Montgomery, Alabama has been the forefront of that fight from the very beginning. It's also my hometown. I have that same passion to fight for people who can't fight for themselves. If you're looking for someone to tell your story, first make sure they listen to your story.
I was born and raised right here in Columbia, South Carolina. Went through the school system here, went to college here, went to law school here. I'm a South Carolina guy. Best thing about Columbia, honestly, is the people. I've just never met better, nicer people anywhere I've been. And growing up, it was great because it was basically 2 hours from anywhere and anything. And now doing what I do, I can still be anywhere I need to be in just a couple hours. I mean, some of the best memories I have from growing up were playing ball out at Turnham Park. We won state championships, had a great time. I remember my dad coaching teams. I remember the conversations we'd have for hours at home after those ball games. You know, hitting that home run, scoring that basket, scoring a touchdown, it's that same feeling when you get a win for a client. I'm someone who got my work ethic and my sense of commitment from my dad, and got that compassion gene from my mom, and it's just the way I was raised. It's what I've always known, so it's what I've always tried to do. My dad, one of the things I can tell you about him, he never once said he was going to do something and didn't get it done. My mom is she's just a compassionate type. She worked with special needs kids, and has just always been that person who would literally give you the shirt off her back. And I like to think that I inherited the best qualities of both of them. Hopefully, I can live and practice the way I was raised. 10 plus years practicing law, you learn a lot of things. The most important thing I learned is how to tell my client's story. Folks come to me with a story, but it's not just any story. It's something that has impacted them and their families and might have an impact the rest of their lives. And when they trust me to tell that story, because they only have one chance to tell it, one chance for it to be proven, I take that very seriously. So people look for lawyers when something bad's happened. And in that search, they need to find someone who cares, who's passionate about them, who takes pride in getting to know them as a human being and telling their story and holding whoever harmed them accountable. You gotta have that. My name's Kenny Berger. I've told you my story, and I'd love to hear yours.